I welcome you all in English Academy. Today, I will explain you chapter The Adventures of Toto, which is written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is a very famous author and poet, and he has got many famous awards. This chapter is about a monkey, Toto, who was very naughty. He did many mischievous activities. In this chapter, you will find that he was so naughty, and it was not possible to keep them at home. What you will learn through this chapter? You will learn about different things like you would be able to share your thoughts with others and express them in your speech. You will understand the need of pets, and you will realize that some animals are not suitable for pets. We cannot keep them at home because of their natural habitat. They create problem if we keep them at home. Before starting this chapter, I have given you one activity here. Like I have told you that he was very naughty. Toto was very naughty. So what activities or incidents you can think about Toto? Just mention here in the circle. You can write about the activities or incidents which were done by Toto, or which you can imagine about Toto, because he was so naughty. Title justification. What is the title? The Adventures of Toto. Is it an appropriate title? What do you think? Yes, this is an appropriate title because this story is about Toto, the pet baby monkey, and his numerous adventures. This chapter revolves around only Toto, so this is an appropriate title. All chapters are based on any theme, and this chapter has also a very important theme that interaction between humans and animals, and one more can be added here, that having an animal as a pet, having a wild animal as a pet, is it really possible? Let's see in the chapter. What is the message? What the writer trying to convey here through this chapter? That not all animals can be kept as a pet. Each animal has its own characteristics. Animals thrive better in their natural habitat, and we should love all animals. All animals are equal. We should not hurt any animal. All are equal, and we should give them freedom. There are some main characters like grandfather, author, grandma, and Toto. These are the important characters of this chapter. Let's start this chapter now. The narrator's grandfather had a private zoo. We all know that we cannot have a zoo for public at our home, right? Here in this chapter, the narrator's grandfather had a private zoo. Why? Because he loved animal so much. He bought a baby monkey from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. How many rupees? 5 rupees. And added it to the zoo, which was his private zoo. This new pet was called Toto. What was the name of the new pet? Toto. He was a pretty monkey with bright and mischievous eyes. He was so naughty that he would frighten people by showing his white teeth. He had dry hands with quick fingers, and he would use his tail as his third hand. Toto looked cute, but his presence was kept a secret from the narrator's grandmother. Why? Because she did not approve of any new addition to the already existing pets. She was very angry that the grandfather was bringing a new pet every day, so that's why permission could not be granted, and it was kept as a secret from grandmother. Consequently, Toto was put in a closet opening into the narrator's bedroom wall and was tied to a peg fastened into the wall. However, the naughty monkey did not stay there for long. He could not stay there for long. What did he do? He tore off the ornament wallpaper and pulled out the peg. He also tore the narrator's school blazer in shreds. Grandmother was so fond of Toto that instead of being angry, he was pleased with this destruction. He was happy. Whatever done by Toto, he felt so happy, and he said that Toto was so clever that if he had got more time, he would have tied the torn pieces of the blazer to make a rope and used it to escape from the window. He could escape from there if he could get more time. After this, Toto was put in a big cage in the servants' quarters. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and the narrator's pet goat already lived peacefully over here. But the mischievous monkey troubled all these animals at night and did not let them sleep. So grandfather decided to take him to Saharanpur with him, where he had to go to collect his pension. Grandfather was going to Saharanpur to collect his pension, and he decided that I cannot leave him here with other animals, so I have to take the Toto with me. The narrator could not accompany his grandfather on this trip. A big black canvas kit bag was used to carry Toto to Saharanpur from Dehradun. Where was he kept? He was kept in a big black canvas kit bag. Some straw was put at the bottom of this bag to make it comfortable. The bag was strong enough to prevent Toto from escaping or getting his hands out. So when he tried to come out of the bag, he could only make it roll about on the floor and jump with it into the air. His quaint sight drew the attention of onlookers while he was moving in that bag. Everybody was looking that bag at the Dehradun platform, that what's happening inside that bag. Now what happened while grandfather reached at Saharanpur? Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and grinned widely at the ticket collector when grandfather was showing ticket. Now what happened? The collector initially got a shock, but after regaining his composure, asked grandfather to pay for the animal. He was asking, ticket collector was saying that you have to pay for this animal also. But grandfather got annoyed and he said that I won't pay. But ticket collector said that it falls under the category of a dog and you have to pay for this. Grandfather tried to convince him, but he didn't. Irritated grandfather was having a tortoise in his pocket. He took it out and asked the collector to charge for it as well. He was saying that you can charge for this tortoise also. But ticket collector examined the tortoise closely and said that there were no charges to be paid since that pet was not a dog. Finally, Toto was accepted as a pet by the narrator's grandmother and he was given a comfortable home in the stable. He was to stay there with the family donkey Nana. However, on the first night of his stay, Toto hung onto the donkey's long ears with his sharp teeth and never ever became friends with him. Toto used to love hot water baths in winters. His bath ritual was a sight. Grandmother would give him a large bowl of warm water and Toto would first test its temperature with his hand. Then he would step into it gradually, one foot after the other. He was so smart. He was not getting into it. He was testing the temperature of the water. He would sit comfortably with water up to his neck and rub soap all over himself with his hands or feet. When the water would cool down, he would run out quickly and reach the kitchen fire to dry himself. In case anyone laughed at him during this act, he would get hurt and refuse to take a bath. Do you know that he was testing the temperature of the water. He had learned this after watching this, because we all know that monkeys used to copy others. One day, Toto almost boiled himself alive while trying to bath. He saw a large kitchen kettle left on the fire to boil for tea. He removed the lid and found the water warm enough for a bath. He got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. A little while later, the warm water began to boil, and Toto raised himself but sat down again since it was cold outside. He hopped up and down many times till grandmother came and took out a half-boiled Toto from the kettle. So on that day he was just saved by the grandmother. Toto's monkey business continued, and it was decided that he could no longer be kept as a pet at home, because one day he just saved by grandmother and he could get hurt himself, and he was ruining everything at home. They couldn't bear that much losses, so they decided to leave him. This happened when he was caught stuffing himself with rice pulao laid at the table at lunchtime. Grandmother screamed at him when she saw this. Toto threw a plate at her and a glass of water in the face of one of the aunts who tried to shoo him away. On grandfather's arrival, Toto picked up the dish and got out to sit in the branches of the jackfruit tree. He stayed there all afternoon and ate slowly till he finished all the rice. Then, to irritate grandmother, he threw the dish from the tree, thus breaking it into pieces. The middle class family of the narrator could not afford these frequent losses, so grandfather sold him back to the Tonga driver for 3 rupees, thus incurring a loss of 2 rupees. He brought it with 5 rupees, but he sold it in 3 rupees. So you can see that how naughty was Toto. We could not keep all animals as a pet at home. They can live happily in the forest, but we cannot keep them at home. Here I have added some key points which will help you in revision. This story shows that the narrator's grandfather was very fond of animals. Grandfather bought Toto, that was a monkey, from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. Toto's arrival in the house was kept a secret from grandmother. Toto was a pretty monkey. He was very naughty and disturbing. Once he was to accompany grandfather to Saharanpur. In a canvas bag, he popped his head out from the bag and came in the notice of the ticket collector. Grandfather had to pay 3 rupees as a fine. Toto was given a comfortable home in the stable. He always troubled Nana, which was the family donkey, in the stable. He always enjoyed a warm water bath in cold winter evening. The family members found it difficult to adjust with him. Finally, grandfather decided to return Toto to the Tonga driver for 3 rupees. These key points will help you in your exams. You can go through and you can revise whole chapter in once. These are very important key points for your revision. Now, I have added one task here, which is for the practice. You can complete the following sentences, and here are some questions also I have added. And after that, you can see that I have given you comprehension passage, and there are 3 comprehension passages and short questions. You can go through them and you can practice them. This is your worksheet. You can revise your chapter. I tried to explain this chapter in a detail. I hope you have understood. Thank you. Thank you so much.